What's up guys? In this video, let's unbox and check out the structural strength and glass quality of the Oppo A3s, a new budget smartphone from Oppo with a notch. The Oppo A3s looks very similar to the Realme one in design and build quality and is sold only in the 2GB RAM plus 16GB storage configuration as of now. We will get to the differences in a bit. This is another attempt by Oppo in the under 11K budget segment with a device aimed at the youth similar to the Redmi Y2 with dual cameras, but the A3s has a much bigger 4230 mAh battery. The Oppo A3s has a light in-hand feel at 168 grams due to the polycarbonate build, and we'll find out in its bench test if it is as strong as a Realme one or not. Coming to the differences, why should anyone go for the Oppo A3s with the Snapdragon 450 chipset and lesser RAM instead of the more powerful P60 processor and higher storage on the Realme one? Well, there are 4 reasons for that. The first will be the presence of the notch, which makes the screen real estate 2 inches longer than a Realme at 6.2 inches. The 19:9 screen ratio does make the display more attractive to look at compared to the 18:9 on a Realme. Second, a much bigger 4230 mAh battery on the A3s compared to the 3410 on the Realme. Third will be the display quality. I'm not sure if the camera is able to capture the difference, but the display on the Oppo A3s does a better job at saturation, colors and contrast, while the whites do look a bit washed out on the Realme one. And lastly, the fourth point will be the presence of dual cameras absent on the Realme with a 2 megapixel depth sensor for background blurs. As you can see, the portrait mode pictures from the Oppo A3s has much better background blur effects compared to the pictures of the Realme. In fact, sometimes the blur feels to be totally lacking in the Realme, while the A3s does a normal job at portrait photos like in other devices as the Redmi Note 5 Pro. Now starting the scratch test on this 19:9 notch display with an unspecified glass protection, let's rub it up with common items found in pockets like keys and coins, and lastly with a heavy duty box cutter. Since they have provided a similar pre-applied plastic screen protector as in the Realme one, you have to wonder if they are trying to protect a poor quality glass. Because if you remember, the Realme one had one of the poorest quality glasses seen on the channel with scratches from the key and coins and ugly scuff marks from the blades. Good quality glasses get a few permanent faint marks from the key and coins, but do survive the blades. So let's find out the quality of the glass you're paying for, provided on the Oppo A3s. As suspected earlier, the pre-applied screen protector's job is to safeguard the poor quality glass protection on the display, which is very prone to scratches and fails the scratch test with scuff marks from the blades. It is highly advisable to remove the screen protector and install a tempered glass. Also, the back, which has a coating of good quality red paint, can develop scratches easily. Now on to the bend test. Let's see if this polycarbonate plastic built A3s is as strong as a Realme one or not. Well, after failing the scratch test, it's good to see it passing the bend test with flying colors. The polycarbonate build and design language is same as the Realme with similar results. Even though the A3s flexed a lot with a degree of bend a bit too much, unlike the Redmi Y2, it managed to survive my bend force without suffering any damage whatsoever. Stay tuned to catch more videos on latest devices. Thanks for watching, keep the peace and catch you next time.